My dear one, listen carefully because what I am about to share with you tonight is not something ordinary. This message reached you for a special reason. Out of millions of people scrolling endlessly, somehow your eyes paused right here. That was not an accident at all. And before this video finishes, you are going to understand why someone in your life has been acting distant, confused, and silent, yet unable to walk away from you. Do not skip any part. Stay until the end, because something huge is waiting for you. There is a person, a very specific person, who truly loves you more deeply than you realize right now. They think about you when the world becomes quiet around them. They replay your words in their mind again and again. They search for signs from you without even admitting it to themselves. And yet there is one thing holding them back. One thing they are struggling to accept fully. It is connected to your appearance in some way. But wait, before your heart jumps to fear and before your mind begins creating painful stories, listen to every word carefully, because the truth is far deeper than what you think at first. This is not about perfection or beauty standards that the world pushes on everyone. This is not about what others told you to become over time. No, this is about something much more emotional, something hidden beneath the surface. If you have ever felt someone pulling away because of how you look, drop a comment right now. And the surprising part, the thing they struggle to accept, is actually the exact thing making them fall in love with you harder every single day that passes. Yes, you heard that correctly. Do not skip, because the next few moments may change the way you see yourself forever. This person notices things nobody else notices around you. While others see your smile, they notice the sadness hidden behind it. While others hear your laughter, they hear the exhaustion beneath it clearly. While others glance at your appearance for a second and move on, this person studies every detail like it means something precious. And that scares them, because loving you feels dangerous to their heart. You carry a presence that exposes people emotionally without trying. You make people confront truths they have been avoiding for so long. And the feature they are struggling with is not really physical in nature. It is what that feature reveals about you on a deeper level. Maybe it is the tiredness in your eyes that shows your journey. Maybe it is the way you hide your pain behind confidence every day. Maybe it is the quiet insecurity you think nobody notices. But they noticed it all. They noticed everything, and it shook them deeply inside, because they were not expecting someone like you to enter their life so suddenly. They were prepared for temporary connections, surface-level conversations, easy emotions, and predictable people only. Then you appeared, and suddenly nothing felt simple anymore in their world. There are nights when this person looks at your photos longer than they should. Not because they are judging you, but because they are trying to understand why your face makes them feel emotions they cannot explain easily. One part of them wants to move toward you with open arms. Another part wants to protect themselves because your appearance carries honesty, realness, and vulnerability. And real things frighten people who spent their whole lives hiding behind masks. Listen carefully now, because this next part is important for you to hear. The thing they struggle to accept is not that you are imperfect in some way. It is that you are real in a world that often feels fake. Do you understand how rare that is these days? In a world filled with filters, performances, fake confidence, fake smiles, and fake love, your appearance reveals true authenticity. And authenticity forces people to confront themselves in honest ways. That is why this connection feels so intense between you. That is why they pull close, then suddenly become distant without warning. That is why their energy changes without any clear reason. Comment real if you are tired of pretending to be perfect just to be loved. Because every time they look at you, they feel something they cannot control inside their heart. And what happens next will surprise you completely. One day, very soon, this person will stop fighting these feelings they have. Yes, you heard that correctly. The walls they built around themselves are beginning to crack, slowly, quietly, and emotionally. But before that moment arrives, something unexpected is about to happen between you two. A conversation, a look, a silence. A moment so small on the outside, yet so powerful inside, that everything changes after it. And when it happens, you will finally understand why they behaved the way they did all this time. Because they were afraid deep down. Afraid that loving you would expose their own insecurities. Afraid that your honesty would reveal their emotional scars from before. Afraid that someone as genuine as you could actually see straight through them. Do not skip now. You are getting closer to the truth with every word. This person remembers tiny details about your appearance that even you forgot about long ago. The way your expression changes when you are trying not to cry. The way your eyes avoid contact when you feel hurt inside. The way your face softens when someone finally understands you. These details replay inside their mind constantly, and they dislike how powerless it makes them feel because they wanted control over everything. But love does not ask for permission before entering someone's heart. It arrives suddenly, quietly, powerfully. And now they are trapped between resisting you and meeting you fully. But here comes the revelation nobody saw coming at all. The very thing they struggled to accept about your appearance is connected to a wound from their past. You remind them of emotions they buried long ago. Not because you did something wrong, but because your presence awakens feelings they thought were gone forever. That is why they stare sometimes in silence. That is why they become quiet around you. That is why they seem emotionally overwhelmed in your presence. It is not rejection at all. It is emotional fear mixed with undeniable love. And the moment they finally accept this truth, everything changes for them. Their silence changes, their energy changes, their actions change, because deep inside, they already know they cannot replace you in their life. Nobody else carries your energy. Nobody else makes them feel seen the way you do. Nobody else reaches their soul this deeply. And even though they are struggling now, their heart is already choosing you quietly. Stay until the end, because something even bigger is coming soon. There is a reason you found this tonight. A reason your spirit needed to hear these words right now. You have spent too long questioning your worth because of appearance-based insecurities. Too long believing love only belongs to people who look perfect on the outside. But real love does not begin with perfection. It begins with recognition of something true, and this person recognizes something rare inside you, something unforgettable, something impossible to ignore. That is why they keep returning emotionally, even when they try to pull away, because your presence stays with them, even in silence, even in distance, even in denial. And tonight, whether you realize it or not, a shift has already begun. The connection between you is changing slowly. Their resistance is weakening with time. Their emotions are growing stronger every day, and very soon they will have to decide clearly. Continue hiding from these feelings, or finally admit the truth they have been fighting all along. That they love you completely and truly, not despite the thing about your appearance they struggle with, but because of it in many ways. And when that realization fully reaches them, it will become impossible for them to look away from you ever again. There is something they have never said out loud, something they hide every time they look at you too long. And tonight, you are finally going to understand why. Do not skip any part. This person acts calm around everyone else, controlled, unbothered by daily things. But when it comes to you, their emotions lose balance completely. Their thoughts become louder in their mind. Their heart becomes restless with feelings. And the strangest part, it all begins with one detail about your appearance that they cannot stop thinking about. Not because it pushes them away, but because it pulls them in too deeply. Type yes if you want to know why they cannot stop thinking about you. Yes, this connection is far more intense than you realize right now. Every time they see you, something inside them changes. They notice details nobody else notices at all. The softness in your expression when you pretend to be okay. The hidden loneliness behind your confidence. The silent emotions your appearance reveals without words. And it frightens them because they know this is not ordinary attraction. This is emotional recognition on a deep level. Stay until the end, because the next part will leave you speechless. There are moments when this person tries to convince themselves they can move on from you. They distract themselves with other things. They stay busy to avoid thinking. They force conversations with other people around them. But somehow every road leads back to you again. Why does this happen? Because your presence carries a feeling they cannot replace. Not perfection, not fantasy, reality in its truest form. You feel real to them, and real love is rare in this world. Do you know what frightens people the most? Not rejection, not distance, not silence. It is finding someone who truly reaches their soul. That is what happened when they met you. Your presence touched parts of them they thought nobody would ever understand. And now they cannot escape it, no matter how hard they try. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. This person remembers the first moment they truly noticed you. Maybe you thought it was ordinary at the time. Maybe you thought nothing important happened that day. But for them, everything changed, because in one small moment, they saw something in your appearance that felt deeply familiar to their heart. A sadness, a gentleness, a quiet strength. And suddenly, without warning, their heart became emotionally attached to you. That is why they watch you differently from others. That is why their eyes hesitate sometimes. That is why their energy shifts around you without explanation. Because your appearance awakens emotions they buried years ago. Listen carefully now. This next part matters more than you think. The thing they struggle to accept is connected to how deeply they already care about you. If they did not love you, none of this would affect them so much. But it does, every single day. And they are trying so hard to hide it from everyone. Sometimes they pull away because your beauty feels too emotional for them to handle. Not beauty in the ordinary sense, but emotional beauty. The kind that cannot be explained with words alone. The kind that stays in someone's mind at midnight. The kind that returns in silence. The kind that changes people forever. Stay until the end, because what happens next will surprise you deeply. Very soon, this person is going to reveal emotions they have been hiding for a long time. Not directly at first. It may happen through a small action they take, a message, a look, a moment of honesty they did not plan to show. But when it happens, you will finally realize something remarkable. They were never judging your appearance at all. They were fighting their own feelings inside. They were trying to protect themselves from becoming emotionally vulnerable, because deep inside, they already know you are different from everyone else they have ever met. And once someone realizes that, there is no going back easily. This person secretly worries that you do not fully understand your own worth. They notice how hard you are on yourself. They notice the insecurities you hide behind smiles. They notice the moments when you avoid attention because you fear being misunderstood. And every time they see that, their feelings grow stronger, because your imperfections make you human, and your humanity makes you unforgettable to them. Do not skip now. The biggest truth is still coming. Late at night, when everything becomes quiet, this person thinks about one question again and again. What if I lose them? That question haunts them more than they admit, because despite their confusion, despite their fear, despite their emotional resistance, their heart already chose you, and they know it clearly. That is why your appearance affects them so deeply. Not because it is flawed, but because it carries emotional honesty they cannot ignore. You remind them that love is not about looking perfect on the outside. It is about feeling understood. And you make them feel understood in ways nobody else ever has before. Share this with someone who doubts their worth because of how they look. Something huge is waiting for you, because the distance between you is not permanent. The silence is not permanent. The confusion is not permanent either. A turning point is coming, and when that moment arrives, this person will stop pretending they are unaffected by you. They will stop hiding behind emotional walls. They will stop running from the connection you share. Because some people enter your life for a season, but others enter your soul forever. And whether they admit it now or later, you already became unforgettable to them. That is a truth they can no longer escape. You were never supposed to hear this truth so soon, but the signs have become impossible to ignore. There is a person watching your silence more closely than your words. A person pretending to stay emotionally distant while secretly becoming more attached to you every single day. And tonight, the hidden reason behind their behavior is finally coming to the surface. Do not skip. Stay until the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This person has tried everything to control their feelings. They told themselves it was temporary. They convinced themselves they were imagining the connection. They tried to focus on logic instead of emotion. But every time they see you, everything falls apart again. Because there is one thing about your appearance they cannot emotionally escape. Not because it bothers them, but because it reaches them too deeply. And the surprising truth is that they are afraid that if they fully accept how much you affect them, they will never be able to let you go. Yes, that is the secret they have been hiding. Listen carefully now. Every time you walk into a room, this person notices the energy shift right away. It is not even something they do on purpose anymore. Their eyes search for you automatically. Their emotions react before their mind can stop them. And what hurts them most is knowing you probably have no idea about any of this. You think they are calm, but inside there is emotional chaos. Do not skip, because the next truth changes everything completely. The feature they struggle to accept about your appearance is deeply connected to vulnerability. Maybe it is the softness in your eyes. Maybe it is the tired expression you carry when life becomes heavy. Maybe it is the quiet sadness hidden behind your smile. Whatever it is, it makes them feel protective toward you. And that feeling scares them more than anything, because once someone begins caring deeply, they risk being hurt deeply too. That is why this person sometimes becomes distant without warning. It is not because their feelings disappeared. It is because their feelings became too real for them. Something huge is waiting for you. There are nights when this person replays conversations with you in their mind again and again. Not the dramatic moments, not the obvious moments, the small moments. The way you looked away while thinking. The way your expression changed for 1 second before hiding emotion again. The way your face revealed feelings your words never said out loud. Those moments stayed with them strongly. And no matter how hard they try, they cannot forget them, because your appearance tells emotional truths that your mouth never speaks. And they hear every single one of them clearly. That is why they are struggling, because they were never prepared to meet someone who feels this genuine. This world taught them to expect temporary people, temporary attention, temporary love. Then suddenly you arrived carrying sincerity in your eyes, and now their heart does not know how to protect itself anymore. Do not skip. Now you are getting closer to the biggest truth of all. This person compares everyone to you without meaning to. They try talking to others. They try distracting themselves. But something always feels missing because nobody else carries your emotional presence. Nobody else makes silence feel meaningful the way you do. Nobody else leaves such a strong memory behind after simply being there. And deep down, they know it well. That realization is becoming impossible for them to ignore any longer. But here comes the once-in-a-lifetime truth. The thing they struggle to accept about your appearance is actually the thing that makes them trust you emotionally. Your imperfections make you believable to them. Your natural emotions make you comforting to them. Your honesty makes you unforgettable to them. And in a world full of people pretending to be perfect, you feel human, real, and safe. That is why they keep coming back emotionally, even when they try to pull away, because their soul feels calm around yours. Comment vulnerable if this message reached you deeply about your looks and love. This person is going to reveal emotions they can no longer hide. The signs are already appearing. Their behavior is changing gradually. Their attention toward you is becoming stronger. Their emotional walls are slowly falling. And when the truth finally comes out, you will understand every confusing moment between you. You will understand why they looked too long sometimes, why they became quiet unexpectedly, why their energy felt intense around you, why they kept returning emotionally no matter how much distance existed. It was always love. Not ordinary love, not surface-level attraction. A deep, emotional connection they could not explain, and now they are reaching the point where hiding it hurts more than admitting it openly. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. This story is not ending in distance. It is not ending in confusion. It is leading toward clarity, toward emotional truth, toward the moment where this person finally stops fighting what their heart already knows. That you became important to them in a way nobody else ever has. And once someone reaches that level of emotional attachment, nothing stays the same afterward. Because some people enter your life quietly, but leave permanent marks on your soul forever. And whether they admit it today, tomorrow, or weeks from now, this person already knows one truth they cannot escape anymore. Loving you changed them completely. Like, comment which part moved you, and subscribe for more messages about real love and hidden feelings.